My company is ILEG Technology Screens, which stands for Infusion Light Energy Gain. These are our portable projection screens we're working on, called Theater and Gaming on the Go. So it's a bit of a gaming projection screen and theater screen. Doesn't require high-powered, expensive projectors, which our technology doesn't require that. You can operate in fully lit environments. As in here, we're operating in the office. The office in this environment has 24,000 lux of light that pushes down on us, and these lights are probably about 2 to 3 inches out from the ceiling, which again push light right directly on top of us. We're using an Epson powerlite S6. I got this projector on eBay for around $16.25, and the screen you're seeing in front of you is the portable projection screen, around 40 inches, 16.9, and that screen is completely portable. I have 2 days of sunny weather, which I've been seeing the forecast. I'm hoping it changes, but 2 days of sunny weather. So that means that I'm going to have to get out there on those 2 days and get as much outdoor footage as possible, because the next couple of days is going to be rainy. So yeah, there's that. So got a lot. Get my equipment charged up. I want to get this projector outside. I want to get that screen outside. So yeah, it's a lot. So hopefully we're blessed to get more warm weather, more sunny weather. But this is about the wettest summer I've ever seen. But it's in God's hands on what He's going to do. All right, so let's show you what this beautiful technology is designed to do. The screen is completely portable. It folds down, even though it's coated with our coating, because it used to be a white screen. These are now borderless projection screens, which means now you can basically don't have to worry about that border taken away from your screen, because now it's all included. These screens are pre-coated, which means we're not selling these with the, can't buy with the paint. It's a special paint we have on it for this particular screen, so we can make something completely different than the other products we make. Let's come out of here. I think we're in the big screen right here. There we go. Come back here and play some videos off of this. I put us in for 2 commercials. We get 3 out of this? Maybe we'll get 3 commercials out of this. Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, let me get speakers for this. We need speakers for this. So for speakers, I forgot the Epsons are different from the Chrissy's. So this is a projector. This is a screen we had downstairs in the conference room. This is a screen on the go, which means we should be able to take this anywhere in the building or anywhere outside and watch movies off of it. And I said before, we don't have a good day today to do demonstrations because it is raining again. But tomorrow and the day after that, we have 2 days of good weather, which you're going to see a lot of uploading, like crazy, because I'm going to get in as much as I possibly can on the 50 lumen, 300 lumen, and 1600, as much as I can outside. So you'll be seeing demonstrations on the cinematic, which we can be outside multiple times with more white levels on that one. You'll see these screens outside. I do playing a little gaming off these. What do we have outside the game on this? Oh yeah, I forgot the phone. Phone basically links up these things, so we can run games off the phone. We have until I get the retro buy and switch to in here. Let's see. We have the 300 lumen, which has to be outside on multiple different areas. So yeah, a lot of legwork, and we're gonna be all over the city doing demonstrations on the screens popping up here and there. We're doing that all at 50 lumens first, because I want to record at 50 lumens, and then later on we're going to switch over to the projector over here. So I got another area that I want to get done, and it's in the park area. And a nice shot from where we can hit with the shot from with the screen pulling up. Now the reason why we show images of the fireplace is a very hard image to pull up. It's a very bright, vivid image. It has to be to pull through the screen. And fireplaces are hard to read outside. It really is. The light kills them so fast. But that's why we show that off all the time. The screen can read an image that bright outside, or the apple, something like that, or fish tanks and stuff like that. Blue is very hard to read for the environments. Let me go get speakers. Turned you off, didn't I? I know I did. Where are you going to? Speakers. That's not you. Oh, yeah, this is fantastic. Just dropped the entire cable dead out of my hands. There we go. Sound going on. Right, we have this technology, and we have another panel we're going to be working on also too. Aaron here. Working on this. We got the panel system with the front projection panel technology. We're going to be showing it off very soon, so that's what I'm set up over there for. And as for the outside technology, the screen on the go, I got several people coming that I'm going to be meeting with where they're going to get a chance to see the screen outside in the open. All right, let me get some sound here. I'm going to do the same demonstration I did on the rest of them, and then we're going to switch over to something else. See? All our stuff can react in extreme well-lit environments. It don't require expensive projectors. That's how we engineered everything we had. So there's no reason why I should be swapping out for more expensive machines. Let's see what's going on with these speakers. There we go. More expensive machines and all that stuff just to get it to work. Our technology is designed that it's not going to cost the customers a lot of money. They're not going to be forced in to spending the money for expensive machines and trapped in dark environments. No one wants to be trapped in dark environments all day. You get exactly what you paid for. This area here has far more light than the conference area, which is a cakewalk for us to walk through. I mean, I'm like, wow, this is easy. This is super easy. And we can do it down there at 300 lumens. Easy down there, no problem. Up here at 24,000 with 1600, because we have the projector in eco mode, easily can run up here with no problem. That's what I like about this particular area, because it has so much light up here. That, you know, if he came in here, we basically dimmed the lights, like they use the overhead lights and put little lights in the corner. That's what most people would do. They would cut these lights off completely. There's no way they had these things on. And then they would put little lights out in the environment and say, look, it's an ambient light environment. No, 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 stop that, please. That's so phony. So, these right here are going to be projection screens on the go. So if you got an area, like some people have balconies or stuff like that, they can't set up a little movie theater out there, you can do it with this. And it's just completely portable. The screen pulls down. It's a manual pull up and pull down. The formula we have, as you can see, we've done it multiple times. Bring the screen up and down. Does not crack, does not peel. And again, it does not require high-end expensive projectors in order to fix the quality of the screen. No calibrating, headaches, none of that.
Must have did.
There we go. Now see that contrast over just pulled up? Something from Marvel over there. This was a gray screen, completely gone. Also, I'm going to show you side-by-side demonstration of the gray screen versus our new theater and gaming on the go. Why the gray screen or white screen is a worst thing you could possibly think of if you're trying to use a portable setup. Mind you, you're going to be using projectors with much lower lumen counts because they're much smaller machines. So it's going to have a very difficult time. And these screens right here, I've seen every single one of them being done in dark environments. Not something you want. So we actually beat the promo demonstration. Oh, I can't wait to get this thing outside. Can't wait to get it outside. Get our battery pack system in here. This is where we really get to show the screen off in front of other people. That's why I can't wait. Now, mind you, all you individuals on YouTube, you know who you are. When I said all these awful things about our company at the end of the day because you were jealous and you were afraid of our technology, this screen is going to be walking all through Allentown, and there are so many people who are going to see this screen in action. Now you try to explain your videos on YouTube to our lawyers and basically to anyone on YouTube on how is it possible that something you claim to have of ours went that dark when we have a screen that can fire up anywhere we want when we walk all around Allentown. Other people are seeing the screen. As I said before in every video, good luck in court because we're going to clean your clock. That burns me up. You know how hard I had to work? How many man hours I put in a day for my technology? And someone's going to come behind me and do some fake demonstration on my products? Oh yeah, the lawsuits are going to be unbelievably insane. We're going to hit you with so much money. It's crazy how hard we're going to hit you. So good luck explaining that to a judge. I'm in a commercial environment. People walk in and come out here and see our screens all the time. So good luck on that one. I'll even invite your lawyer if he wants to come down to see it. So yeah, it does burn me up. I worked very hard. Every single day I worked hard on my products. And then you get people that are jealous and bitter because they don't want to roll up their sleeves and they don't want to work. That's a heck of a hamburger. They don't want to work. They'd rather tear somebody's product down. Because they want Mr. Bird to follow in line with the gravy train. If I don't follow in line with the gravy train and spread out the same lies, cut corners like they're doing, so they all can continue to do the same thing, because I'm the one that wants to stand up and do what's right, you guys come and attack me. That was the biggest mistake you made in your life. Because you thought, I'm going to be online only, and that way we can continue these lives. No, I'm going to be everywhere with this technology. Everywhere. And the more places I go, the higher these lawsuits are going to jump. For those who don't know that, we had some individuals on YouTube that were jealous of our work. And they felt the need to spread some very nasty and vicious rumors about our company. Even go as far as doing fake unboxing. Even so threatened by our technology that they have actually attacked my family and friends. Yep, that jealous. Can you believe that? And keep in mind, trust me, it's not the usuals. We found some other ones too that were involved in it too. So this is why we got $100 million lawsuits popping up. Meanwhile, I plan to be all over the place for this thing. Now getting back to what real projection screens are supposed to look like, because right now, you couldn't even match and better this demonstration if we put, oh, you know what, I'm going to do a match and better on this. I like those. For those who know, match and better is where we challenge all of YouTube to do the same thing we're doing. And of course, as you can see, they run real quick. They always run, especially when you're looking at more superior technology. Customers are tired of getting ripped off by you. That's the problem. The industry, you people take that traditional nonsense. You want to force customers in dark environments and expensive projectors and all that other nonsense. And it's their fault if they don't get it fixed when it's your fault to begin with. You should have fixed it from day one. I'm going to erase your existence, so you know that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. And that screen is 100% black. Let me get a piece of paper first. Gotta get a piece of paper for this one. So, there we go. See that? 100% black. So, that's the beautiful thing about our technology. Customers don't have to worry about getting ripped off anymore. Because again, the people that were selling you products were lying to you and telling you that you had to go calibrate, you had to be stuck in dark environments, you had to spend the money for expensive projectors. Our projector doesn't even have an HDMI port on it. It has an HDMI to VGA adapter on it. So how sharp and clean the image comes out. That is a 600 by 800 720p SVGA projector, about as low as you can get on the scale of projectors. And it looks just like that. Which, all those 4K projectors they push you into buying, all those 1080p projectors they force you to buy, that's bullcrap. You don't even need all that stuff. Not even necessary. And every forum site right now will sit there and tell you that all that's necessary. But I guarantee if we come in there and we sit on one of those forum sites, we can shut it down. Okay, if you're going to discuss ambient rejection, we can go outside of 50 lumens and none of you can do it. We're talking about contrast capability. We have jet black screens that pretty much can conquer any gray screen, gunmetal screen, whatever. So that whole category is completely gone. Gray screens, you can't register in that sort of stuff. None of our stuff, period. So again, read no contrast, read no color. Don't pick up dark colors, and that's why you require calibrated in dark environments. Gone. Outside demonstrations or outdoor screen theater setups, they're all white screens. So you already know what that thing does to a white screen. So gone. Yeah, we can literally shut down an entire forum site. Because our technology is that good. So with that being said, that means that since they can't basically agree with what we're saying, they'd rather boot us out of the room and ban us instead. That's why we get banned from forum sites. Because we can shut their entire rooms down. Ah, my goodness. You know, we walk that in there. Every time I go into a forum site and I show off one of the screens outside, and I hear somebody say it's not real, and the first thing I do is I say, hey, give me your email address. I'm going to send you over a contract. So what's that contract for? Contract is so that we'll go into court and basically we'll put up some money and see if my technology doesn't work or not. And you know what? They never reply back, ever. Because they go online and they research and they look me up and they see all these demonstrations of me outside firing up and they back it down. You know, we use that in forum sites. You put that challenge up for $1 million challenge in court and forum sites, and we get them to back it down. They're not stupid at the end of the day. So that means it is real. Look how gorgeous that looks, man. That's incredible. Let's get a gray surface up there and see what's going on. Because, you know, we had somebody do this with gray paint and say, hey, look, we can do the same thing. No, you can't do the same thing. That's the problem with your gray screens today. You overstep boundaries you're not supposed to be in. You think because if we use this particular type of screen, you could paint the same screen and get the same reaction. You can't, because you can't read the black level. That's the problem. You can't pick that up. And because you can't absorb, you are always in these dark environments. And I've seen these demonstrations on gray screens trying to repaint over motorized projection screens. You ruin the screen. That's what you do. Because the person still can't use it in a fully lit environment. And then you use the excuse, well, you know, it's a movie setup. You're supposed to be in the dark anyway. You're going to be in the dark, and everybody else wants to be in the dark. Let me see. Inside, these projectors are on the go, so they have to be able to pick up in different areas. On top of that, people use them for boardrooms and conference rooms, and, you know, it must be in the dark with that. Where's my gray surface at? I think it's over here. Okay. So we're going to do a side-by-side, which is gray. Now this is special paint right here. For those you don't know, that right there is the refusal. The refusal. If you don't know, the refusal is a paint that we sent to someone back their own product after making it from their free tutorial video. And they would not back it up. They sent it back to us, so we call it the refusal. Metallica Mix, or Refusal Metallica Mix, or Real, is actually the real version of it, Metallica Mix 2.0. But we call them refusals. The person who claimed that, you know, it was one of the best products, all these things. Oh, microphone's on the wrong side. All these things, found out that he couldn't even back up his own product and sent it back to us. So there you go. That's why we call it the refusal. That's why this paint is more special than any other paint I've ever purchased from this guy, because this is the one that was sent to his front door with a strict certified He's the only one. They can refuse it, and the only one that can sign for it. And the owner himself, who made this product, who called it the best of the best product on the market, refused his own product and sent it back to us. Keep in mind, the product was made using his own tutorial video showing you how to make the Metallica Mix 2.0. And can't state this enough, the other products that he makes also match this product, because in our tests, we were able to test this against the personal mix, which I paid $95 for, and it matched perfectly. So we tested the other products, they also matched perfectly. So with that being said, I stated on camera that that mixture right there matches all his great paints, which he had the opportunity to back up, but he refused it and sent it back. And that's why we have it here, and that's why we call it the refusal. So as of today, his products are nothing more than just house paint. Let's see. 4K snow screensaver. Now, this fellow, which I don't want to get on this video too much, his demonstrations he was doing against our products, he was making the screen look like it was super dark, like unwatchable, coming up black. The only thing that does that to our screen is actual black paint, because we got dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of tests testing our products. That's how we can tell. But he's got problems of his own, a lot of problems of his own right now. But this is what we use. We call it the refusal.
Choose joy. Choose your calling. Choose to really care. Choose to go.
Red screen. See, it doesn't work. That's our gamer paint up there, by the way. They don't read on the gamer paint at all. So we worked to paint this screen. Say if he said his product was the best of the best, and it would work in your office area, which you'd be lying to you on that one, and you were to paint that screen on top of your portable screen that you use in your conference room, that ain't gonna work. You'll have to turn the lights out in order to get that thing to work. So that would be a complete lie. Blue screen. Now, for the individual who refused to paint, I know you feel at the end of the day this is being used. Buddy, you have to accept responsibility. You can't get mad at me at the end of the day and say, hey, look, you know, you're just a chat. Buddy, I sent you back your own paint. Even with an upgrade version of it, actually what it was really supposed to be. Technically, you ripped a lot of your customers off with it. You sold that Metallica mix, and there is no Metallica, no silver, nothing in any kind. You just sold them gray and black paint. You sold them gray paint technically. You didn't sell Metallica 2.0. I don't know where you would get that from. And where did you get 2.0 from? That's not a 2.0 gain. There's nowhere in the world that's a 2.0 gain. I've seen gains under 2.0 that pick up better than that, so I know for a fact it's not a 2.0 gain. That's just something you made up off the top of your head to make the paint sell a little faster. So we made a real version for you, and we sent it over to you, which has 2 tablespoons of mica sitting in it. All right, then all you gotta do is just take the package in, sign it, take it in, do the demonstration live so we can all see it doesn't match any of your other paints, see that the paint was not matching anything at all, your stuff is completely different. But you can't do that because this stuff would have matched all your stuff. That's why you refused it and sent it back. What makes it even more jacked up is the fact that it ain't like we sent you over like microblend slip silver or some other company. We sent back your own stuff to you. So what would have happened if your customer would have had to send the paint back to you? And you had to do the same thing we do, what we call a ship back policy, where we have to test it live for everybody to see. How would that have worked out? You know how many times he would have had to do that on camera if this product didn't work out, especially not having specification sheets, not properly tested, doing a lot of lying and cheating at the demonstrations. He would have a lot of customers sending back this product. And that means each time he would have to do that demonstration live for everyone to see it. He can't even do a ship. He can't even do this product right here. And that didn't curse, it's SHIPT. Anyway, he can't do this one right here. So if you can't do this simple one from your own demonstration, there you go. You ripped a lot of people off. Keep in mind, I don't have any demonstrations out there showing you how to make our products and then sell them. Only you do. You're like the only YouTuber, literally, out of any YouTuber I've ever met, that has that demonstration.
How to clean up photos with Apple Intelligence. Picture this.
Only person who has it.
And you capture.
No one else has that. So the fact that you were trying to sell a product that you gave away for free is freaking baffling. And then to try to make it look like it was something completely different with dark environments and little lights here and there in the background to try to give up that fake illusion that your area was well lit. And then buying high-end projectors to try to manipulate the customers. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Let's go to green screen. So you can't get mad at me every time we show up the refusal. And you can't get mad at the name. Because it is what it is. You refused it. That's why we call it the refusal. Stuff doesn't work for Jack. Yeah. Let's go get purple. Purple screen. Light purple. No show. And let's go get some, what's that one they have there too? A little darker than that one. Dark one over here. No show again. Starfield. Starfield screensaver. Highway Garfield. Starfield screensaver. There we go. See? It'll work. So again, a gray screen or any gray screen besides his. How would you be to help my situation in the office? You can't. It doesn't work. I can't darken the office like your home theater setup. It's a different type of setup. So pretty much you typecast your own technology, or whatever you want to call it. I don't consider it technology, but you typecast it. You know why? Because you got the same traditional bullcrap as everybody else. You're stuck in a dark environment, trying to dodge light, trying to make an image like something that we all know it's not what it is. The minute you turn the lights on, boop, we see exactly what you are. So you can't work in here. If you ever say you work in commercial or you work with commercial environments, you just lie. Because you don't. We're in commercial right now. I even built a dedicated theater room. I built one. And in those videos, I can show you that gray and white screen didn't read for jack in the environment. My projector was a 5,000 lumen Chrissy LW, it was an LW something U something 505. It was a big boy. And it didn't read for jack on those screens. Couldn't pick it up. And that's a $16.25 projector that does not work on a gray screen. That's why I feel sad about those projectors. The projectors work perfectly fine. The problem is that they hit those projectors with a lot of white screens. I have no idea how in the world are you testing projectors on white screens. You know how badly a white screen cheats one of those machines? That machine really never got a chance to show what it can really do until it hits one of our screens. That's what I like the 720p. It's like giving that projector a second chance to show what it can do. Imagine you got the capability to do something really great, but you can't show it because everything around you cheats you from showing you what you can actually do. And then they retire you, throw you on a scrap heap, and say that you're not worth anything to anything anymore. And that projector never even got the chance to show what it actually could do until our technology touched it. We give them second chances. That's why I like the 720p so much. We give it a second chance. when we go to companies and we show them demonstrations like this on their older machines, just imagine the technology that we can engineer. We can customize screens for Optima or any one of these big companies out here to make their package deals look absolutely amazing because our technology is attached to it. Make that machine at $16.25 do that on the contrast that it has right now. Imagine what they do with the high-end ones, which we don't require, we don't need. If they were to send me a high-end projector, I'd probably give it to a church or something. We don't need them. We don't use those projectors. If you notice, my projectors have declined, which means we don't use the big boy venues anymore. We got one up there. They're all in eco mode, so we don't really need them at full power. It's not even necessary. I'm sitting in more light than I've ever had in any of my demonstrations inside. This environment alone has more light in it than any environment I've ever worked. And we had a lot of lighting and a lot of environments, super extreme lighting, but nothing as bright as in here. And yet, instead of us coming in here with venues, we drop all the venue projectors. I got rid of all of them, and we don't even run 1080p in here. We have 720p's only. That shows you how our technology advanced. The technology doesn't advance by you buying more expensive projectors with higher specifications. That means that you have to spend money for a more expensive projector to be able to keep up with the environment in which the screen sits in. We're the other way around. Our projectors have dropped dramatically. We don't use high-end or big lumen projectors anymore. And even when we had big lumen projectors, we had Pico, 800, 600, all of them. They're all dated on our accounts. But now we have no requirement for any of them at all, not even outside. So that shows you our technology has advanced. Oh, let's get off this Starfield. That thing will put you to sleep, you know that? Some beautiful fish in here.
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle. Supplicate with counseling is for adults with moderate to severe opioid addiction.
See? So, our technology we have here allows our customers to go where they want to go. Not like that, this technology, that is different. But we're going to get a chance to get a time on when this thing is going to activate. Because mine is still a screen paint. It's not the stuff we have behind us, which is completely different technology. But I still have to get an activation time on it. So I need to be outside for it. And we got 2 days of good weather. So I plan to be out there doing as much as I possibly can in those 2 days. Because again, the next couple of days it's going to be rain, 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 rain. So I got a ton of work to be doing in those particular days. Sony 4K demonstration. I get this from people who have doing office meetings. They want a screen that's portable so they can take with them. And most importantly, it needs to pull up in a fully lit environment. Great screen won't help you there. Let's get you a white surface too. I like this music. Because the most important thing is not the gray screen, it's the white screen. Because, you know, that's what they want to see. It's what they ask for. Anytime they come in here, I've never heard them say, hey, what about a gray screen? They don't ask for gray screen, because that's the white screen. So you know why? Because that's the screen you're going to use. When they buy this setup, it's a white screen only. So they're going to take the white screen, they're going to stick it on a projector, and they're going to darken the environment. Because it's not going to read in here. And they know it's not going to read, because that's tradition. That's the crap people go through, and that's what they accept. I've done so many demonstrations in the dark where people say, well, I'm going to be in the dark anyway, there's no difference. I'll always show you a difference. And that one, we took the cell phone, we bled a screen out and then put a cell phone flashlight. That's all it took to bleed the screen out. That's good music. So this thing would be version on a gray screen coating. Oh, it'd be horrible. Now, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to drop it back on the desk, put it at 300 lumens. Let's see if the gray screen reads there too, at 300. Right up on top of the screen. It should pick up, right? We'll find out. Now, keep in mind, for those of you saying, well, that's why we put the certified there yesterday. Because we get people saying, well, that's just a gray paint. That's not an actual gray certified screen. We put a gray certified screen up there. Let me explain to you. Every single gray certified screen and screen paint on the market will have literally the same reaction. Whether you're darker or lighter, if you can't read that contrast level, you're not functioning. That's how that works. Now, you know, you can chalk it up. I get people on forum sites will say, hey, but we're certified, we're different. No. You all do the same thing. Because when I watch your demonstrations on these great certified screens, especially those fluorescent screens, I see the same thing. You darken the environments. I literally watched a demonstration where they showed all the lights on and they showed the recording from front to back, and then the minute the projector came on, every single light went out. You don't read. Those screens are a waste of money. They are, all of them. All those gray screens out there are a waste of money. You're not picking up on that stuff. But we're going to have to go through that. I hope not. Excuse me. I hope we're not going to have to start just picking out on all gray screens, all certifieds, whatever, and sticking you against one of these screens just to prove that point. Because we have to do this is going to be a pretty embarrassing couple of months. And you know that what that 15% does to a gray screen at the end of the day. You don't want to lean against one of those. Let's keep it basic and simple, because that's a very, very high-end technology. That's what would easy wipe you. Let's just keep it simple. We'll just take our cinematic that we have, and we'll use that to knock out all your gray screens. It'll just be gray screen war. Us against you, we'll just knock you out. I'll do you 5 and 6 at a time, just knock you out and get you done in chunks and just move on with it. Because I'm just telling you, all those gray screens you see online, other ones they show you, X, Y, whatever they call them, those different screens have, all garbage. They're still trying to sell you old technology. That's all they're doing. They're trying to sell you and convince you that that product is going to work. They're selling you old technology. And they're using high-end projectors and dark environments to trick you. So we'll start knocking you guys out. We already got the refusal over here, so we're good with that. That covers all his paints in one hit, so we're good with that. Can't say it's not, man. We gave you the opportunity to prove that point. That's why the package was there. You gave it back. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's all your product right there. So that covers that. As for, well, we have, he's so terrified he canceled state, so he's a state canceler, so forget that one. But the other one, yeah, we'll go ahead and get your stuff. As a matter of fact, since it's early, I got 2 companies right now I can get right now. See what I mean? And the first thing I hear from him, what your environment's too OLED. What the heck? You got an ambient light projection technology you're claiming to have over there. See, that's what I'm talking about. How do you have ambient light projection when you're in the dark? Now, see, what they try to do is because the average home doesn't have 24,000 on top of it. It doesn't. You don't have that in the average home. So the projector is going to be brighter than the lighting you have in your ceiling. And here it's the other way around. The lighting's brighter than the projectors we're using here. at 24,000 lumens in the ceiling versus 1,600. So that's one of the things we ask when we're in environments. We go, how much lighting is, what's the lumen, what's the lux capacity coming from the ceiling, the lights you have in here? How much are you actually generating in here? It's nowhere near 24,000. And you look at the projector to 3,000, 4,000 units. It's another trick they use too, light calculations. That contrast just really did not pick up at all, did it not? Whew. Man, that's really painful to watch. Now mind, this screen used to be white, but because now it has our technology embedded onto it, and we did it before and after and all that stuff like that, but because it has our technology embedded into it, we're allowed to expand the screen size. The screen size is much larger because we don't need borders at all, because we just paint over them. They're not necessary. Our screen's black, it doesn't make a difference. On top of that, those are the perks of it all. Besides expanding the size of your border. Oh, you're reading 100% contrast on any projector you choose. Now, this will not support the knockoff projectors. I think the one behind it may, I'm not sure yet, but the ones up here don't. But you're getting this Pico projector, it costs you $40, or one of these costs you $16. This thing costs less than my Pico projector. Look at that. One of these projectors right here. And shopping for a projector is so much easier. It's like, oh my God, I gotta figure out if I have enough contrast. If the lumen count's gonna be high enough, I'm gonna be doing it for the environment. Do I have enough colors? Do I have enough? You have to go through that bull crap at the end of the day. It doesn't even make a difference. You don't have an HDMI port. Wanna go take a look at a projector? I'll show you my projector. I'll show you my baby. So my projector here doesn't have an HDMI port. It's an SVGA model. See? Doesn't use HDMI at all. It has an adapter for that. And this one right here is an Epson, as you can see, Powerlite S6. Check it out online. I paid $16 for this baby and 25 cents. Even did an unboxing right out of the box. Didn't even touch anything. Screen popped up. Yeah. Even at this distance throw, the screen still can't read at gray and white. Can't pick it up. Can't see it. So instead of my customers don't go through all the headache of trying to figure out they have enough specifications because the screen doesn't work. They don't go through that. They just pick what they want. Like that projector right there. And those right there, those projectors are under $30. Can you believe that? So imagine the fun I have when I have a customer that contacts me and says, hey, look, I ask you, you got a projector yet? I don't have one yet. What you spending? What's your wallet? $3,000. Do you have any idea how much money you saved them on a projector? Imagine you working hard to save up $3,000 for a projector, and you find out working with us, you don't even have to spend that now. That's going to cost you under $200. It only cost me under $200. I did it myself. All my projectors are under $200. So how much money are you saving right now? So when they sit there and say they're saving you hundreds, no, you're spending thousands to fix that mess that they put you in. $60 for that paint right there, saving you thousands, saving you hundreds. How would it save you hundreds? The person who actually made the paint can't even save money. His projector is $3,300. So he ain't saving any money. That paint will cost you more money and more headache. Because you know why? You're going to be stuck in dark environments, number one. Which I don't think the wife is going to be happy or girlfriend is happy about that one. You are going to be calibrating because the colors don't come out correctly. As you can see, they don't work right, and contrast is definitely not working on that. So you're going to have to buy a projector with a very high contrast rating, which is going to cost you a lot of money. All to be stuck in the dark. Anyway, so that gray paints and white swings cost you more money. Our technology, our customers spend $300-400 for it, and then they spend about under $200 for a projector. So you add up how much money we just spent compared to how much a person had to spend at 3,300, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 for a projector to fix that mess. And they're stuck in the dark while my customers get to go outside and play. There you go. No headache. No calibrate, none of that bull crap. Set it up, done. Finish. Why people sitting up there with these high-end projectors on gray and white screens, fiddling with controls and trying to figure out how to go to forum sites how to fix the mess that they have. And they're upset because they spent all this money for this projector that they literally thought was going to fix the issue, and it did nothing for them. See? There you go. So actually, they cost you more. Now, even bigger hurt piece for people who spent money for a $7,000, $5,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 projection screen. You're still stuck in the dark with those things. Those things do have the capability to register in fully lit environments, but they can't read that contrast level regardless. How dark they make the gray gunmetal. You can't read it. And next to our technology, those screens wash out.
Stitch is a global phenomenon. Stitch. Stitch is a global phenomenon. Stitch.
We already just repeated that demonstration. Well, I went back to the beginning. They put it right back in there. Now, if you are a person who makes these products, and this frustrates you, this makes you upset, makes you angry, you take that same feeling you feel right now, and you think about your customers, because that's what you get to them. That's the same feeling they got. Because they watched your demonstration, and whatever you lied to them or convinced them, whatever nonsense at the end of the day, and they believed in it. That's what they're facing when they went home to set up your screen paint, your projection screen. On a projector they spent a lot of money on, and it doesn't work. So, what you're going to feel in the next couple of months when we start buying your stuff up and throwing you against our technology, inside or outside, that's the same feeling you put your customers through. And it's going to be a nice feeling when we get done with you. But you have to learn at the end of the day, you don't cheat your customers. Without them, your company does not exist. You know that, right? You need your customers at the end of the day. You're cheating your customers left and right. Now, if you feel that Mr. Bird is saying something incorrectly, and you feel that at the end of the day that whatever I'm saying or the statements I make are not true, these videos are not real, then we can go to court. You know what happens in there, right? So I shouldn't have to repeat myself. Studying your products for years. Your products do not work. I want to do that half before you know that's right. Now you can get on YouTube channel, you can hype all this dumb nonsense by saying, hey, uses this and that. Be very careful what you say. You understand me? You know what kind of tech person I am at the end of the day. I test my stuff. So careful about saying certain things you can't back up. You can't back it up on YouTube, you can't back it up in court, and this will cost you a lot of money. I don't send cease and desist orders out for that. We take you to court, we hit you hard. Because you should have never said it to begin with. So be careful when you say stuff like that. Or you got people already facing really heavy consequences for making statements they can't back up. They didn't think it was going to go this far. They probably thought that we'll gang up on him and he'll get scared and he'll run away. That's what you thought, right? You got the wrong person. That's what you did. Made a big mistake, didn't you? Yeah, I'm a fighter. I back up everything that I do. Everything that I do. You got the wrong person. You walk into a courtroom with me, your life is over. Just like that. I'm very thorough about everything that I do. And that whole those scared gang up tactics don't work on me. I'll take the very same ammunition you throw at me and I'll turn it back and use it back at you. Like Titanfall, where they would shoot the bullets and you would catch them and throw them right back. Yeah, that's it. Except for the bullets come back, they're much bigger. So, no, I don't back down. I'm not that type of person. When people attack me, it makes me stronger. I fight even harder. That's where I was raised. Isn't that beautiful, our technology? Look at that. And meanwhile, the background must read 100% black at all times. When they do these demonstrations, they'll have you concentrating on the image itself and away from the image that you're supposed to be seeing. That background, that black background is very important. But they'll keep you off it. They don't want you to keep looking at that.
So we call members first. Between our low rate home equity loan and members first.
I like watching these. This is my favorite. Can't play too much of it because of the music. But you can't read this in here, can you? No, not on a gray and white screen, they ain't gonna pick it up. So if I want to be in office and chill with some little music while I work and look at my little Japanese scenery in the background, I can't pick it up. It's not gonna work. Got a nice little city skyline. Now, gentlemen, I have to make these statements to anybody of what the consequences will be. So when we start testing yourself out, because I'm going to prove it. Gray screens and white screens. We know white screens don't work, but gray screens don't work. You want to make, the reason why the gray screen is such a dangerous screen, I'll tell you why. Because it lies. It lies and it tells you things that we can compete with the higher screens. We do this, we do that, and blah, 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 blah. And then they'll do these dark environments to fool you. The darker the environment, the better the contrast and colors pick up. They'll put these little lights splattered through the environment to try to give off the illusion that you're in a really well-lit environment. They'll cheat in the daytime. They'll shut the blinds down when you can't see objects on the opposite side. They'll keep them on a slant. Remember I showed you in the demonstration where McAfee did that nonsense? He had the blinds pointed up toward the ceiling and tried to say that's the light hitting the ceiling and reflecting around the environment. Stop lying on that one. But the other ones were straight on the other side that weren't near the screen. What a liar. I think I couldn't see that nonsense. Then he had to go back and recorrect it. Jeebus Louise. Unbelievable. But anyway, that nonsense. Curtain tricks. Curtain tricks where the curtains will be pulled all the way up to here, but the window on the far end, the curtain will be pulled back. That light's not making any contact with that screen. It's going in a completely different direction. You got to look at the ceilings, you got to look at the baseboards, you got to look at all that. That tells a story about how much light's making contact in that environment. Yeah. Christmas music playing on this. I like that. Red screen. Neither one of them read. When they tell you to calibrate, they're telling on themselves. The minute they tell you to calibrate, now they may tell you that it's a requirement, it's something that needs to be done, it's a lie. When they're telling you to calibrate, that means the screen is failing. That's what it means. That's what that stands for. When they tell you it's calibrating. I've been in sites already for calibration. I've been there already. I go to any site that challenges me, I'm there. You already know what type of person I am. We don't back down, we don't run, and we don't refuse our products. So I have no problem with going to any environment that I have to be in, that I have to do what I got to do. And calibration is an area you will find me at the most, because I'm in there taunting those people left and right. What you mean by calibrate? I didn't calibrate that. What's wrong with your colors? Because I'll have your product in there. What's wrong with your colors? Like when your colors are not picking up. Oh, you require calibrate. Even calibrating your stuff still doesn't even work correctly. So calibrating, when someone tells you they got to calibrate, that means your screen is failing. That's what that stands for. That's what it really stands for. That the screen is failing. But they'll tell you you got to calibrate to get the projector just right. Because when you get the projector in factory settings, it's not adjusted the way it's supposed to be. Stop lying. I do factory setting steps all the time. And it's no problem in that whatsoever. No, your screen doesn't work. That's what it is. That's why you tell them that. That's why I sat there in the middle of a church and lied in the church, right in front of the freaking pastor, or he is in the day, minister, or rabbi, where he is, and sat there and said that the image will look better once we calibrate. You're in a dark environment already. You literally can't see the fire exits. Are we in a? Is this area fully lit? You can't tell an area's not fully lit. You've never been in a church before to notice that the fire exits are too dark. Any environment, those fire exits would have been this fire hazard from the door. They're too dark. You couldn't see. Anybody notice that the fire hazards were super dark? All right, then why would you say it's fully lit? And you can see about 20 lights over top and they weren't fired up. I know that church is way brighter than that. So to make that statement, are the lights fully on? And he had to sit there and say back to him, no, they're not. You can't see that from the fire exits that they weren't fully on. And then they sit there and say, well, it'll look better once we calibrate it. Dude, you're in the dark already. What are you talking about calibration? Your side of the wall where your screen was popping up was dark. The side where the white screen was at was a well-lit area because he was walking back and forth on it. He's right back in the same boat where he started from. And you're talking about calibrating in the dark. Those screens were calibrated. I guarantee you, whoever walked in there and wired in those projectors and that screen calibrated that machine. I guarantee you. So to remake that statement, yeah, no. And then if you look at the video later on, you'll notice the screens are much darker. So they must have went with a company and got darker screens and replaced his. They're not the same screens now. Now you see that promo demonstration that shows the church at 7,000 lumens, that before and after. We never told them to calibrate anything. Because they were asked to calibrate, they said, no, we don't calibrate anything. See that massive difference? See how much lighting that was hitting that screen? There you go. So gentlemen, we're going to skip that demonstration too from a testimony years back from a church. We're going to say that they're liars too, and they use camera tricks. You're going to say that too, because I wouldn't go down that road if I were you. Blue screen. So pretty soon we're going to be marketing these and have these on the site, but I want more pictures. I want some outside pictures on this before we start putting it on the website, because it'll be available soon. I got to go and I got to update right now on the page right now on it, which I'm in my search engine optimizer updating. Oh man, I am so happy to have that done last night. You have no idea what I had to go in there and do to get that changed over. Domain name is basically the ILEG Infusion Light. Sorry, technology screen, but for some reason it kept telling me other company. It was replacing it. Every time I go to load up somewhere, it kept replacing it. It's not supposed to say that. It's supposed to redirect. I had to redirect. So the Black Series has a ton of traffic behind it, and we're using it to redirect. Anyone types in Black Series, it redirects traffic back to the original domain. That's what I was doing yesterday. And somewhere along the line, in one of the applications, it was saying that the Facebook had to be connected. I'm like, wait a minute, none of the Facebook pages we have say ILED. So I had to go in and design a whole new Facebook page, which I should have did a long time ago. Put that information in there and set up the username and send it over to there so it would run through. You can understand where I'm going at with this. But anyway, long story short, it worked. And then I figured out a loophole in it on how to get around the whole password verification thing, which I didn't need, because again, it's my freaking account. But I just figured out something interesting, that you don't need password verification to get around that. Live and learn, people live and learn. Let's go over with, I don't know, nothing reads on this. What are we doing? Let's go for a white level. Before we leave it. White screen saver, snow saver. We got light saver. 4K snow screen saver cottage. So you see, neither one of them turn our screen unwatchable. But the gray screen, they don't care about. You know what they care about? Online, they care about the gray screen. Offline, they don't care about no gray screen. It's a white screen. That's all you see out here is white screen. So really, white screens, all that white screens here, there. They couldn't care less. That's the first thing the guy asked when he came in. He said, "Hey, what's the difference between that and a white screen?" I asked him, "A gray screen." Refusal. Tucker would never do that. He'll never swim in the water. Never. That is the way they want to see when they come in. They don't want to see a gray screen. They couldn't care less about a gray screen. Oh shit, I got to upload this video too. I forgot that. And we did the one where we did it over and over again with the certified gray screen, and you have to go against our screen. Yeah. This week's gonna ruffle some feathers. You people who believe in these gray screens, at the end of the day, this is gonna ruffle your feathers. You have any idea what this stuff does to a gray screen? It could be worse. I can put you next to a 15%er. We got to get a name for that thing too. 15% is a nightmare for gray screen. Alters and changes the colors like crazy on that thing. So, bottom line is, customers are tired of your rip-off crap. It does not work for Jack. Haha! It rhymed. Did it not rhyme? It rhymed, people. It rhymed. It rhymed. It rhymed, it rhymed, it rhymed. Our screen's gonna kick your behind. Ha ha ha! Like that one too. So anyway, yeah, it is what it is. You guys have been just developing fake products, and you have been upgrading. You had all this time. You had these products for the longest time, and you just kept making them gray, and you just kept making them gray, and you kept making them gray, and you kept lying in every demonstration. Gee whiz Louise. This is gonna be an easy wipeout. Let me see. OLED demonstrations, perfect black. How do I get outlet demonstrations, perfect black? You figure that one out. Oh, that's a straight black. These are all straight black levels. Look at this. LG OLED. Ooh, can you get that one right there? With that LG OLED on that one? Now, for those who have white projection screens and you're looking to upgrade your white screen, this is why you don't go near gray screens. Because gray screen is still going to be a downgrade for you. So it's still going to fail. Because you can't reach contrast levels. And ask them at the end of the day, say, hey, look, if I upgrade to your gray screen, how am I going to achieve my contrast levels? If they sit there and tell you that you have to be in an ambient light controlled environment, which they are going to tell you this, then you already got your answer. I see a lot of these ultra short throw projector setups in these super dark environments. What the heck are you doing in that environment with that type of machine? You know what they're designed for, right? You ever watch them when they have them at the expos? In the expos, they have them sitting in these super ultra dark environments like your living room? No. Those things are supposed to replace TVs. How are you going to replace the TV? My monitor is better than your whole setup. My little $75 monitor can do something that your $3,000 projector can't do. It can operate in this environment. Now, is it the projector's fault? No, it's not the projector's fault. It's the screen's fault. But the projector is trying to show you a real contrast level. The problem that it can't show it to you because the screen is failing the projector. That's what's going on. And the people who sold you this know this already. You just don't know. That's why you can get them on that recording. Their job as a salesperson is to sell the product to you as honestly as they possibly can, to tell the truth. And you don't tell the truth if you tell your customers that a white or gray screen is going to read a contrast level and beautiful colors and all that nonsense. Especially when it comes to some of those boxes that I see with the projection screen companies, where they'll have that whole entire family sitting there watching TV, either inside or outside, watching the projection screen inside or outside, and they'll be on the box like, you're really going to get all that. They know you're not going to get that from the door. What do you think they test the screen on? They do it on a white screen. They know that thing's not going to read like that. So, well, yeah, there you go. They know that. Even they're guilty too. The projection screen, projector companies are guilty too. You go get a projector. I was over at Best Buy, and I was picking up the Epson LS800. I didn't realize the picture was that big. And the guy said, "Oh no, you just need a basic white screen. You know, this thing will bring all the color and contrast." I'm like, liar, 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 liar. I'm thinking in my head, liar. Yeah, swinging that dumb nonsense my way. Heck no. I know what that projector does. They had a customer who had it. And the same problem, but they bought the screen package, which was the screen. It was a high-end screen, and it still couldn't read it. I gave him a white screen with that expensive projector, telling him that that thing was going to bring in the color and contrast. Yeah, right. And then people make gray paints or screens at the end of the day. Now, ruffle your feathers a little bit more. You lie to your customers talking about the difference between a gray and a white screen. You turn the lights out. What's that? Why do you turn the lights out? What is the purpose of turning the lights out? That's because your screen doesn't do well. That's why you have to turn the lights out. Your screen works better if it's in the dark. But the white screen has to be in the dark also too, because it doesn't work with the lights on. Yeah, 2.0 my foot. So now we get these different forum sites that were coming up saying, well, he doesn't know much about ambient rejection, know what he's doing. I was bouncing off stealing. What the frig are you talking about? But now, since you forum sites and we know who you are when we talk all this trash, explain to me how we generate outside of 50 lumens in direct sunlight. Oh, you got nothing to say about that? Yeah, because I was on your site last week and everybody was real quiet over there. Unusual. Now, what did you say about me not knowing ambient light rejection technology? And I bounced over there and shut somebody up over there who was talking, running their mouths too much. Well, he doesn't know anything about ambient light rejection and blah, 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 blah. I showed him a demonstration that screen, read it outside at 50 lumens, shut that nonsense down. What explain it. Yeah, someone's got their brain broken. There you go. Don't call me. I will come to your site. You will not like my presence. Trust me. I'm polite and very nice, but I will shut you to sleep down. I'll make you drop that whole page. We sat back and we took the abuse. That's what we did. We took the abuse. We took the nonsense. We fought harder than any other screen on the market. Now we have the most advanced technology. We're coming to play with you. And you don't want us in your backyard, do you? You don't want me in our backyard. You don't want that. Remember, y'all talked all that trash about my company. And now we have one of the most powerful games on the market. Now we're going to challenge your stuff. Because you were scared and you were jealous of our technology. And now look what you got coming your way. You know darn well you want to survive that technology. 15% out there doing that, whoa, that screen hits 100%. That thing is going to be the absolute nightmare of nightmares for projection screen companies. Look at them. They bail out of the room already. The minute we say when that thing hits 100%, you watch it. When I say certain keywords, they react to certain keywords that I say. Because you know it's true. Look at that. Technology right there. So we can show a massive difference between a white screen. That screen comes in white, by the way, just to let you know. They don't come in black like that. Only we have the technology that does that. I can send that back to the company and show them the projector we're using, how much it costs, and what their screen looks like before and after with our technology, and guarantee you get a contract from them. All these white screens out here, just buy one of their screens, show them before and after. Show them how fast we can advance their screen. Guarantee you get a contract. While you guys are shipping out quarts, we'll be shipping out 10, 20-gallon containers. Alright, I'm going to put this, whatever this mess is, over here. Oh, I should splatter this thing. I should splatter the screen. I'm going to splatter the screen, the refusal. Some of our paint. Oh, I have a really nice refusal splatter screen. Definitely going to be doing one of those. Okay, next project. Refusal splatter screen. We're past time here. We're past time here. All right, I got to go and I got to upload video demonstrations on our new screen here we have right now. We plan to see a lot of crying in the next couple months. Gray screens, you've been doing too much. You've been going out there making statements that are not true about your products. If we're using uncalibrated machines and you're using calibrated machines and you're blowing your stuff clean out the water, there's a problem there. If you made statements that your products work outside, we'll take you outside. You know the pictures that you show with the projector off, that's where you're going to be with the projector on. That's where we go to play at. And you've been telling a lot of fake lies. Not just screen painters, it's about certified screens too. There's a bunch of companies I can name right now that you know darn well that gray screens don't work the way they're supposed to. So, let's go have some fun. It could be worse. I could literally make product to match your screens and give that away for free. And back it up in court. But I'm not about that. What I want to do is show at the end of the day that your stuff doesn't do what you claim it does. So I'm going to read your specification sheets, see exactly what you're claiming that your product does, and put you against the screen that actually does it. And no expensive projectors needed either, because I'm pretty sure using some 4K or 8K high-end projector. Now we'll use that over there. That'll work just fine. Let's see if your stuff does what it says in your specification sheet. Oh, look at that cat. It's all mixed up with the colors. Look at it. It's crazy looking. Yeah. Sorry, people. I love animals. They're all crazy looking, different colors. Don't even know which color he is. What are you? I don't even know. It's a massive difference, right? When you're seeing a comparison for customers, when someone's saying a comparison against the benefits of a gray and white screen, you're supposed to see a massive difference. And most importantly, lights have to stay on. If they turn out those lights anytime in the demonstration, this is a bad sign. Why do they do it? Contrast in colors looks better in the dark with their products. That's why. That's why they turn the lights out. Some of the videos they time. They know the videos. They'll watch the videos multiple times. They'll see when those contrast levels pick up more heavy in that particular part of the video. They'll say, hey, this is what it looks like with the lights out. There you go. We'll go back and take the same video and rewind it and go, okay, this is why they said at that particular time, at that particular point, because these are heavy contrast levels coming up. Yeah, we'll go back and rewind your videos. You don't get away with nothing with us. If you're saying it's a lights on demonstration, then it's a lights on demonstration. Don't turn your lights off. I'm the other way around. I can't stand having lights off. Even though we can show our screen paints look absolutely incredible, the lights off, I hate doing it. You know why? It's easy. How hard is it? You go turn the lights out. That's the dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life. You know how easy it is to turn lights out? I can make notebook paper look amazing with the lights out. So there's nothing hard about turning the lights out. Big deal. Lights out. That's hard. Yeah, right. That's easy. It's the lights on, it makes it harder. That's why we did Mr. Mannequin. You remember Mr. Mannequin, that video we did? We did the screen, we did the gray screen painted to the wall, we did the black technology, and we roll it down, you see the room go dark, and the screen a bright red, and we roll it up, and you see the screen wash out and light push all over the environment. Mr. Mannequin, because I had a mannequin in the background showing how much light pushes you in the face with a gray and white screen. And it's sort of white. Now the white screen, far worse, far worse. But if I have a white screen in the day and I got to paint over the screen, minus the time and money that you got to put into this, I'm not doing it with the gray screen. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of your time to do it. I don't care if it's a screen paint. I don't care if it's a visual screen. I'm not doing it. As we showed you in the demonstration, with the gray screen, right at the bottom, it's a waste of money. Oh, that'd be a nice demonstration next. Do that one next. Demonstration what to do next is it worth your time on painting your motorized or manual projection screen with a gray screen paint product? That's what the next demonstration is going to be. All right, we'll be back. We're going to have some fun with these portables. All right, gotta go, and God bless.